Good morning folks, and welcome to the second week of Eat Well Wednesday. And this week I've got a real surprise for you, which is creamy chicken stew. So the ingredients you're going to need is 1 tablespoon full of butter, 3 leeks. I've already cut mine up sliced. So yeah, some crème fraîche, simplified milk, a couple of spoons of Dijon mustard, bit of olive oil, bit of parsley, some breadcrumbs. I've bought shop ones, but you can make your own. And the final ingredients, what's in the fridge, is some chicken thighs. So first job is we need to put the leeks on and oil. So within a pan, so let me move the camera over here. So, hope you can see that. So in the pan, let's move this out of the way. So yeah, in here, let's put it on a medium heat. And then what we need, folks, is with our butter, we need roughly about 1 tablespoon full of butter. Chuck that in, let it melt a bit. Also a dash of oil, not much oil folks. Let's just wait for that to warm up. So while that's warming, I'm going to put the back one on and start cooking the chicken. So with the chicken, another frying pan, and then what we need to do is put it on a medium heat. You don't need any oil in this, folks. So yeah, put it on a medium heat and cook both sides until each side's brown. And what I'm going to do to help that is just put the lid on and it should cook a bit quicker. So now our butter, just let me wash my hand folks since I've touched raw chicken. And then within this butter, what we need to do is chuck our leeks. And we need to just let that soften, keep an eye on it and just stir it every now and again until it softens. Our chicken's in the pan, as you can see folks. Turn the heat up a slight bit more just to get it going. And then I shall be back shortly to show you the next part. Welcome back folks. As you can see, I'll just show you. The chicken's cooked and it's brown on both sides. And our leeks are cooked as well. So the next step for this is, just let me put it back on there. So now we need to add some stock, so we need 500 ml of chicken stock, so let's just make that. Yeah. 500 ml of chicken stock. So yeah, we've done our chicken stock, folks. So just let me So then what we need to do is, using our, swap our pans over, let's turn these down a bit, because we only want these simmering. And then as you can see, they're nicely cooked, maybe slightly overcooked. And then we add our chicken into the pan. I'm using this pan, folks, because come on, if it comes down. Yep, add them in there. You can take the skin off if you want. I like it with the skin on, so just my preference. So our chicken's added. Leave the fat off the chicken in that pan because we don't need it. And then what we do here is simmer. So chuck in our chicken stock, 500ml, into there. I may need a bigger pan, but hey, for now that'll do. And then within that, season it. So salt and pepper, bit of salt, bit of pepper, and then what we do there, folks, is just leave it to cook for around about 30 minutes on a low heat. And also, so I'll be back shortly, folks. Come back, folks. As you can see, our chicken, and that's been cooking roughly about 30 minutes, simmering away. So what we need to do now, folks, is let me put you back over here. Is we need to add Dijon mustard, and we need roughly about 1 tablespoon, so I'm going to put 2 of these in, 1 at each end to even it out. So Dijon mustard, and then 75ml of crème fraîche. This is for the sauce, so put 2 blobs in. And give it a quick stir, because we need that to go around and mix. I know the pan's not high enough to do this, folks, but it should. As you can see, it's starting to melt into each other. Let's turn the heat up slightly. And also, what we need to do is add some peas. Don't matter if they're frozen. They'll soon defrost anyway. So there's our peas. And then we'll let that simmer for a few minutes. Just keep on stirring so it's all evenly distributed. But if you think you've got too much sauce anyway, which I can believe I have, chicken just quite easily. Drain a bit of it and chuck it in the pan without using now. But it is a stew, so that's a bit better. So yeah, whack the heat up. So let that simmer for a couple of minutes, and then I'll be back very soon, folks. Welcome back, folks. And for the last little bits, what we're going to do is, so you get a small bowl, get our breadcrumbs. Let me get a clean spoon. And then what we roughly need is 3 tablespoons of dried or fresh breadcrumbs. I bought the packet ones because it's a lot easier. So 3 spoons of that, and then you can use fresh parsley. I've got the one out of a jar, and stick a small bunch in there. Give it a stir. Dare say let's add a slight bit more. And then let's fetch you back to the chicken. As you can see, it's been cooking nicely now. So let's turn the heat off that. So let's turn it completely off. And then with the breadcrumbs, as you can see, folks, I've washed my hands all the way through this anyway. We sprinkle the breadcrumbs on top of the chicken. Just over the top, coating it. I'm using quite a bit here. Keep on sprinkling it. And then what we do now, folks, is put that, so make sure your pan's got a steel handle, and we put that underneath the oven to brown off and crisp the breadcrumbs, which I'm going to do now. So yeah, I'll be back shortly, folks, to show you the finished product. Right, it's grilled on the oven, which I'll show you in a second. I've just took it out from underneath the grill, and as you can see, folks, that looks absolutely gorgeous. So let's plate up the first portion. I've cooked some for all the staff members, because we like a bit of nosh. Easiest way to do it. So yeah, portion size. Do you want 1 or 2 pieces?
That's me.
Yeah.
Can I just have 1, please?
Oh, that's fine. So yeah, as you can see, folks, put a bit of it in there. Some more sauce. Let me get a proper spoon which I haven't got holes in. If we've got one. Yep. So, a bit more sauce in there. And there you have it, folks. Creamy chicken stew. So, until next week, come join me again, and it'll be same time, 4:30 on Wednesday afternoon. I'll be posting it, and post any comments of what you think about the recipes I'm doing, whether you tried them, even if it's from previous weeks, and I'd love to hear your comments. So till then, take care, folks, and see you later.